When I first started my coaching business, I was constantly reading blog posts, comparing different programs and software, trying to figure out which tools I should use in my business. And today I want to save you a ton of time and perhaps a whole lot of headache. I'm going to share with you every single tool that I use in my business right now and how you can use them too. If you like a good list, I have the perfect thing for you. In the description, you can click on the link and get this full video into a workbook version so you can go ahead and print off all the tools that I use, plus get on my list for future updates and surprises. So before we dig into my favorite tools that I'm using in my business now, of course, I want to invite you to like and subscribe to this channel where I will bring you tips on how to grow and start your coaching business. And if you have any suggestions for videos that you would like to watch, please put them in the comments or feel free to email me, hello@lindsaymaloney. I would love to hear from you. I don't know about you, but I love a good calendar, a checklist, and something I can check off when I'm finished. And when I discovered Asana, the first tool that I'm going to recommend, it was a game changer for not only my business, but my personal life as well. It allowed me to put all the things that I want to keep track of, put them on a recurring basis, like for example, daily admin, things that I do in my business every single day, so that if I check it off on a Monday, it'll come back up the next day or weekly or monthly. I love color coding. I love keeping things organized, and Asana is how I do that. I also work with my clients in Asana, and I know that they love it too. This helps them stay on track. We can keep all of our communications and resources inside of Asana, and it doesn't cost anything. I use the free version and it works beautifully. So if you're not using a project management system, or if you're going back and forth between all of the others, I know there's ClickUp, Trello. I really enjoy using Asana. I think there's so many hidden gems inside of it to help you grow your business and stay on track of all the things that we keep telling ourselves to do. We always give ourselves new tasks to do in our business, don't we? So use Asana. If you haven't tried it, go ahead and try it. If you have questions, you can certainly ask, but it is my number one tool. It's up on my desktop all the time. I have the app on my phone, the app on my computer. Asana is life. An easy, but I think frequent miss is a professional email account. Now, I don't want to use the email lindsaymaloney@gmail.com to run my business. In fact, you might run into some red tape when you're setting up your website, your email service provider. They're going to want to see a professional business. So of course, I recommend Google. I love the Google Suite. I think that's what they still currently call it. I use it for spreadsheets, calendar. I use it to sync up to my Asana calendar. I also use Google Slides, all the Google things. I even have a special tab on my browser with all of my Google apps inside of it. Go and sign up for a business account on Google. You will feel much more legit as a business owner, and then you can have an email like lindsay@lindsaymaloney.com, and then you can have a bunch of sub emails too. For example, we can have hello@lindsaymaloney.com, team@lindsaymaloney.com, podcast, and so forth. This just helps you better organize your emails. If you have people on your team, they can have their own email address. It works really nice, and then it all kind of comes into that main inbox. So go sign up for a Google Suite account and get your business fully legitimized. All right, calendar. I've used lots of calendar services over the years, and my favorite one so far is Calendly. I have the professional version because I like the bells and whistles with it. And when I think of something that is taking a little bit more time in my business, I'll weigh two things. I'll weigh how much is it going to cost for me to hire an assistant to help me do this? Or B, is it going to work and make more sense to upgrade a program that I'm currently using? And so for Calendly, for example, I send my clients Zoom links with every single one of their calls. And I also do that for my group programs down at Coaching Academy. And for me to have to go and create a brand new Zoom link every single time was a hassle and took a lot of time, because time is money. We can't buy time, and I don't have a whole lot of it. So for me, when I did the math, if I hired a VA to do this for me, or if I upgraded Calendly, it made more sense to just upgrade Calendly. So they will create the Zoom links, they will put them in the call reminder. And I also like that they have text reminders because I also use them for my podcast interviews. We need as many reminders as possible in our busy lives. So it's nice to have a service like Calendly to take care of that for me. It's no surprise as a coach, you're constantly creating graphics and blog post images, podcast images, workbooks, webinars. We're always creating something new. And when I found Canva years ago, it was such a godsend. I love being creative, but I did not have the chops to work in Photoshop. As much as I tried, it just isn't my thing. So Canva has been so helpful to help me feel really creative and create beautiful designs. I use Canva for everything. It's always open on my tabs, workbooks, graphics, everything. There are two versions of Canva that you can get. You can get a free version or upgrade. I love the upgraded version because it saves me time on resizing. So if you just made an Instagram post and you want it to be Facebook sized, you can easily resize it and Canva will take care of that for you. You're also able to put in your brand fonts and colors and kind of keep that in there as your brand kit, plus invite team members to collaborate with you. I love Canva. Their templates are always growing. It's so helpful when you're constantly creating new images in your business. And if you're not using them, definitely go try. It's going to be one of the most used tools in your business. For hosting client sessions, I use Zoom. They schedule their calls in Calendly. Calendly creates the Zoom link for me, and we jump on that Zoom call. And I don't use a personal Zoom. That could be an alternative if you don't want to pay for Zoom, but just a warning, you'll have to remember to hit record and you probably have a time max. I think there is a 45-minute time max. So if your client calls go over, which they almost always tend to do on mine anyway, I would hate for my clients' recording time to get cut. So I have the upgraded version of Zoom and it works beautifully for clients. By now, everyone is so used to Zoom. When I first started, Zoom was very new for a lot of people, and it's definitely in the past 2 years grown, and everyone seems to be a lot more comfortable on it. All right, contract signing software. When you book a client, you're going to send them a contract, and I use HelloSign. I love their free version. You get to use them for free up to 3 times every single month, and if you're lucky enough to have more than 3 clients sign on that month, what I will usually do is I'll just jump over to Small PDF. I have a membership with them as well. I love Small PDF. This is a bonus tip because I love the fact that I can merge PDFs there. I can insert page numbers. They do all kinds of things with PDFs, conversions, all the things. I think it's like $6 a month. So if HelloSign is maxed out for the month, I'll just jump over to Small PDF and send the contract over to the new client. They can electronically sign and date, and I will get a notification in my inbox that the contract is complete. Email marketing. This is the one that I spent way too much time comparing. This is the journey that I've gone on over the years. I've gone through MailChimp, I've gone to ConvertKit, to MailerLite, to ActiveCampaign, to Flowdesk. And these are all probably me putting in way too much time trying to figure out which one to go to next. The reason why I moved from ActiveCampaign to Flowdesk is I was tired of being penalized for growing. And I honestly wasn't happy with my open rates. And so in 2020, I exported my entire list over to Flowdesk, and I saw my open rates almost triple. And that result right there was an easy yes for me. I had to, of course, I had to create a ton of new automations and workflows. I was moving over 10,000 subscribers and over 50 different workflows. It was quite the project, but I did it in little bits and pieces every single day, and pretty soon I was moved over, which helped me save over $1,000. ActiveCampaign is a great company, but it just wasn't fitting in with what my business needed and the simplicity that I always crave. So Flowdesk is simple yet powerful. I love the drag and drop. I love the designs. They're constantly coming up with awesome new things. And I love that they have landing pages and workflows, and it's easy to send out an email to your list. And my list loves my emails. They'll reply and say they love how beautiful they are in their inbox, and the open rates are consistently higher than they were with ActiveCampaign. Why? I don't know. I think the biggest thing is they're not going to the spam box. My own emails were going to the spam box, and they don't with Flowdesk. I'm going to slide in a coupon in the description if you would like to try Flowdesk. I highly recommend them, and I think you will really like them too. Another tool that I use all the time to record my screen is Loom. Clients will send over work daily for me to review. I also have a feature in my signature program, Stand Out Coaching Academy, where I call it Feedback Friday, where they will send in their work that they want me to review. And I use Loom. I share my screen. Sometimes I share the camera. Sometimes I don't. And I'm able to record my voice and scan through whatever they want feedback on. I also use this on my phone too, which works really nicely. There is a free version, and I think you're allowed to record up to so many minutes, and then you'll have to upgrade, but it's quite a bit of wiggle room for you, and you can use it for quite a while before you have to upgrade. I upgraded mine because I hit the max, and also I wanted more time on my videos, and I wanted to brand it, of course. So I love using Loom. I even took it up a notch, and I have recorded a Loom video for every single one of my freebies. So if you've downloaded one of my freebies, you will also get to watch a Loom video of me going through the actual workbook with you. I think this adds a nice touch to workbooks. I haven't seen anyone else do this, and so I'm always thinking of ways that I can stand out, how I can help people more on a higher level, and really sitting beside you and going through the content that you subscribe for. Okay, shopping carts and payment systems. I always recommend using what feels comfortable for you. The number one reason why I moved over to Samcart was because they have PayPal recurring payments. And I would say over 50% of my students and close to maybe 30 or 40% of my clients love using PayPal to make their recurring payments. And so it's important for me to have as many different payment options as possible for my clients and students. And I'm telling you, when I added that as a payment option for my students, that was a game changer for enrollment numbers. So if you are not able to use recurring payments for PayPal with the payment processor that you're using, that's quite the mouthful, I definitely recommend checking out Samcart. And there might be new shopping carts that I'm not even aware of. It's just a shopping cart that I use and I've used forever. And the thought of having to move to a different one kind of sounds like a headache. But I've never had a problem with Samcart. I really love them. They have great customer service. I have the regular plan. I pay once a year to save some money. And if I go to my payment saver, this is where they will email a late payment subscriber saying, please update your card, whatever needs to be done in order for the payment to be successful. This is really important as a business owner, that you don't have to pay and chase all of your people who need to update their details. I've saved over $13,000, or actually Samcart has saved me over $13,000 just by having this service. So if you are having trouble getting your clients and students to pay and you're constantly sending out invoices, get rid of that system and go to something where you're sending them a recurring payment link and it will be taken care of for you. Website. If you know anything about me, you know what I'm going to say. I am a Squarespace girl. I used WordPress when I started my first business over 10 years ago. And let me tell you, boy, was it not for me. It's like the equivalent of Photoshop. It just wasn't for me. When I found Squarespace and realized I could just simply drag and drop, you see that I really like that feature in anything. I was hooked. I actually, before I really took hold of my coaching business 6+ years ago, I freelanced, designed a Squarespace website. So I've designed several Squarespace websites, and I will always recommend them to my students and clients. And last but not least, social media scheduling, Instagram and Pinterest. I use Tailwind for both of these. Yes, it is a paid product, but it helps me save a ton of time and is one less thing to have open on my browser. You can certainly post at the moment for Instagram and go daily. That is not the style of business that I have. I need to work ahead. I usually have about a month's worth of content planned ahead of time, and I use Tailwind to help me do that. And of course, if you are scheduling, and you should be scheduling your content on Pinterest and using Tailwind communities, you're going to want to use Tailwind. You just are. It's just an investment you're going to have to make if you want to market your business on Pinterest. I highly recommend you do that. If you are not marketing on Pinterest and you're only using it for recipes and house ideas, oh my goodness, are you missing out? If you have questions on how to do that, please let me know. We go into depth with this in one of our bonus courses in Stand Out Coaching Academy, and I've seen students go from 0 views to 1 million views. I haven't hit 1 million views yet, but that is one of my goals. So if you're not marketing your business on Pinterest, I hope this is motivation for you to do so. All right, I just gave you a ton of probably more things to think about. If you have any questions about any of the tools that I recommend and use right now in my business, feel free to let me know. I'm an open book. And don't forget to download that workbook that will help you take everything that I just told you, print it off, and kind of comb through and see if there's anything that you would like to try out. And don't forget to go to the description to get some links and some coupons for some of the programs that I mentioned. Thanks so much for watching this. I will see you on the next video.